3 tips for investing in your first index fund. I wish I knew these before I started 10 years ago. The first tip is to understand what the underlying stocks are in an index fund. After all, an index fund tracks a basket of stocks, and the performance is only as good as the underlying companies. Some index funds may give you exposure to companies like Nvidia, Amazon, and Tesla. The second tip is when choosing an index fund, don't just look at the year-to-date returns, but look for a consistent track record of performance over many years. Some platforms like Moomoo have annualized returns and ratings for index funds over the long term, while other platforms like Fiscal AI, Yahoo Finance, or TradingView allow you to compare the growth of 2 different ETFs over the long term to see how they stack up. And finally, one of the most important tips that I can give you to set yourself up for success is to do recurring investments into your index funds. To illustrate why this is important, we'll use the compound interest calculator. In this first scenario, an investor that invests $10,000 for 20 years at a 10% annual rate of return will end up with around $67,000. However, in the second scenario, the investor also sets up a $200 recurring deposit. The ending amount for this investor is over $200,000. To wrap this up, if you're curious about some of the index funds that I personally invest in, they include SPMO and SOXX. Of course, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Let me know in the comments what you thought about these tips and if you would give any tips to another beginner starting out. And make sure you follow for more stock market education.